Welcome to another episode of Breaking Bread. I'm your host, Rachel Parker. Today's episode is rather special, as we're going about things a bit differently. We're bringing a variety of special guests into our studio to chat. Bread loaves from different historical eras. Unbelievable, right? They are all set to share their stories, offering us a unique look into the past. We are all excited to hear these stories from our intriguing friends. So let's dive right in. Our first guest is Akmenu.
Greetings, mortals. I am Akmenu, a noble flatbread from the time of the pharaohs. I've seen the pyramids being built, you know. In my day, I was more than mere sustenance, I was currency. That's right, humans used to pay their taxes with bread like me. Talk about a dough-based economy.
Isn't it captivating that bread in your time was akin to money in ancient Egyptian society?
Indeed, young one. And let me tell you, being made was no walk in the desert. They had to grind the grain by hand. No wonder they built those pyramids. It was probably easier than making bread.
Amazing account, Akmenu, thank you. Now let's move forward in time. Who's up next?
Salve, I am Panis, a proud citizen of the Roman Empire. In my time, bread was the center of politics. Ever heard of bread and circuses? That was us. We kept the plebeians happy and distracted.
Panis. It's truly intriguing learning about how bread making differed during your era.
Oh, we were quite advanced, I'll have you know. We had mechanical dough mixers, very high-tech for the time. And don't get me started on our bread distribution system. It was the Amazon Prime of ancient Rome.
Next, we have someone from a time that's slightly more familiar to us.
Aye, good day to ye. I be a humble loaf of dark rye, food of the common folk. Life was hard in my day, I tell ye. White bread was for the nobles, while we darker loaves fed the masses.
Thank you for sharing your experience. That does sound challenging. But did any positive aspects come out of your life as a medieval loaf of bread?
Don't ye look down on me. I'm hearty and nutritious. I've fueled peasants through plagues and famines. And let me tell you about the communal ovens. Now that was a real social network.
How intriguing. Let's shift our focus to a more contemporary era.
Bonjour, mes amis. Now, I'm the baguette, the very symbol of French culture. But did you know I am a relatively young bread? Oui, it's true. I became popular in the early 20th century. Why, you ask? Because of a law that prevented bakers from working before 4 a.m. They needed a bread that could be quickly made in the morning. Et voilà, the baguette was born. I am proof that sometimes great things come from, how you say, crumb-y situations.
That was a fantastic account. Who's our final guest for today?
Hey everyone, I'm the new kid on the block, a gluten-free superfood bread. I know, some of you old-timers think I'm not real bread. But hey, I'm here to cater to all those humans with celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. I'm all about inclusion, you know. Plus, I'm packed with ancient grains and seeds.
Wonderful, it's great to have you with us. How do you envision your role in the world of bread?
I might not have the history of my friends here, but I'm making history now. Who knows? Maybe in a few centuries, I'll be the one telling tales of the old days.
Well, there we have it. A cinematic journey through history, experiencing time through the eyes of bread, from ancient Egyptian flatbreads to the modern gluten-free alternatives. It's truly fascinating when you discover that bread had so much to tell us throughout history. Remember, you can find links to any resources we mentioned in this episode in our show notes, including archaeological reports and historical accounts that inspired our bread characters. For those of you hankering for more, I'd recommend Bread, A Journey Through History, Science, Art, and Community. You can find the link to it in the show notes. With each bite you take out of a bread piece, ponder about its story and what future breads might say about our time. NB, if you conceive any ideas for more exciting bread adventures, feel free to send me a message. We always appreciate your input. This episode of Breaking Bread with Rachel Parker comes to a close. Until the next episode, I hope your days are filled with delightful conversations and even more delicious bread. Happy baking, everyone!